Hello, everybody. It's Claire. I am your identity and confidence coach here at Inspired Lifestyles, and welcome and thank you for listening to the Weekend Woman podcast. Super pumped to have you. How are you guys going? Hope you guys have been getting some great messages, little gold nuggets, tips, and tricks from our last few episodes. I am Claire Burt. I am the identity and confidence coach, and I help women navigate through their life of busy mums, busy wives, busy partners on a path to really living their truest values. Because if we don't live to our truest values in what we want to feel, who we want to be with, what we want to see, sense, touch, love, then we are just not giving ourselves the right justice. And that is not cool. When we get to 80, and we want to be remembered for some really awesome things, not just a grumpy old lady. So thank you again for joining me. You are listening to episode 8 of season 2 here. And this is going to be amazing because I know that some women, and most women, in fact, struggle setting boundaries. And boundaries are not just saying no and then feeling guilty for them. Boundaries is all about setting something in place so that you protect your peace, your energy, and your calm, and you show people what you really want to feel and how they can treat you. So welcome to episode 8. Like I said, we are here to set confident boundaries. The theme for March is going to be all around confidence, because I feel that there are so many women that are hiding in the shadows. There are so many women bringing up children who are trying to instill belief and patterns and habits into children, yet they are not living those true values themselves. And the kids are seeing those, as you would have heard in my last episode. So I'm on a mission to help women feel really confident, really sexy, really calm, really clear, not in a body image way, as in a mindset way. I want to develop thinkers and freedom fighters and black sheep and mentor women to say, yeah, cool, man, this is really good to be on my own. And I'm confident and I know exactly who I am because I know where I don't want to be and I know who I don't want to be with. So welcome, get set for this one. It's going to be a fast-paced one. We are here to feel confident, ladies. We are here to set confident boundaries. So if you're playing along, and you want to tag me in a post that is _inspired_lifestyles, please tag me in a comment, or Claire Burt. I would love to see you. So screenshot, send me a message. Let me know how you're finding my podcast. Let me know how you're finding the messages that I'm sending so that I know I'm on the right track. But episode 8 is all about setting confident boundaries. Now, if you've never set a boundary before, and if you are someone who's overwhelmed and a perfectionist, you are gonna fail you're gonna miss 100% of the boundaries you set. Now, the reason for this is that you are so fearful about judgment and opinions of others that you are going to succumb to the little pushbacks you're going to get, because you don't want to be rejected, because it's a primal fear we all have. But what that is doing to you, it means holding you back. You are holding yourself back. You are living in the shell of the person that you want to be. You're being walked all over. Your voice has been silenced. Instead of standing 5'1" tall like me, or 6 foot tall, you are shrinking into somebody that you don't recognize anymore. You may look in the mirror and go, this is not what I wanted in my life. This is not how I want people to treat me. You can't have a conversation or set a boundary. Excuse me. And then go back and renege on the deal. Those of us that are mothers, how many of us have said no to the kids and then reneged on the deal because we want them to like us? It's really important. So I was just saying, it's really important we stand our ground, because we are not here to be walked all over. We are not here to be used. We are not here to gratify other people. We are here to stand up for ourselves, and we are here to pour love into ourselves, to show off for ourselves, to showcase ourselves, and let the world decide what they want to do with us, because we're going to be okay if they say no. We're going to be okay if they say not yet. We're here. Okay? We are women that are here and are prepared to persevere through the negativity, the judgment, the opinions of ourselves and others before we take our next step. So, have you ever set a boundary that was out of pure frustration, was out of pure resentment, that you didn't have an intention behind, and that you probably could have graciously and chosen your words better? I know I have. Okay. And boundaries that are set from that place are not real boundaries. They're just reactive voices out of anger, hurt, and frustration. So a boundary is all about you standing in your confidence, drawing a line in the sand about you can't talk about that in front of me. I don't appreciate that language. I don't want to hear in this story. Thank you, ladies. I'm not interested in listening to this gossip anymore. Okay. It's about showing people how you want to be loved, telling people and showing people how you want to be spoken to, treated. It's all about what it is like to experience you. You are showcasing to everybody that when you set a boundary, that is how they experience you. And how they experience you depends on where they fit into the jigsaw piece. Because if you've caught some of my lives before, ladies, onions, the sweetest part of the onion is in the middle, and not everybody you meet must get the center of that onion. You must enforce boundaries. Okay, you must place people at their correct positions. You are not going to have a gossiper in the middle of your inner sanctum showcasing to the world what you're working on, because that's a boundary. You're not going to have someone use you for your time and your energy and not repay it, because that's not what it is. You need to set a boundary. Okay? It could be jokes, it could be mannerisms, it could be comments. For me, it's been an important part of my evolution on who I am, and for me to be the confident version of me in setting my habits. Because if my habits are set, my mental health is set, which means I am freer from my own self-imposed overwhelmed perfectionisms that I can give back to the people around me that mean the most and be the truest version of me. I'm not second guessing myself of who I should be giving what to what person. It is all about negotiating life by having boundaries set in place. Boundaries are golden gates to your life. Fortify it with electric fencing if you must. But please know that the minute that you set a boundary, you are going to be hit with negativity. You are going to be hit with comments. You are going to be hit with disappointment from people that are probably taking advantage of you for a very, very long time. And confident boundaries take that to the next level. You can set timid boundaries and people are going to be like, she's not real this time, whatever. We're just going to use her again. We're just going to say no again. We're going to say yes and no again. And she's not going to worry about it because she's so fearful of rejection that she won't even mind. Whereas if you set a confident boundary, you must be entirely sure with every fiber in your body that you are going to be okay on your own if they don't like you, that you're going to be okay if those people are potentially going to walk out of your life to never return. You know, if you've had enough, if you're fed up, how fed up are you? Have you reached your limit, your rock bottom, so you don't want to experience this feeling, this emotion, this position ever again? Because unless you've reached your rock bottom, you're going to continually keep going. You're going to relive experiences over and over and over again. You're going to relive disappointment and hurt and sadness all over again until you've gone, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough. I'm setting a boundary, and up go my golden gates. Up go the electric fences around my soul, my energy, my person, my family. Okay. And that's the boundary that I set, because I don't want to feel this anymore. I don't want to experience this anymore. I don't want to see this anymore. And the only people that are going to react to that are those who have been taking advantage of you. And if you eloquently voice your boundaries confidently with style and grace, and you explain to people the reason why, perhaps you're saying no. Perhaps you're not going to be giving an excuse as to why you don't want to go. Perhaps why you don't want to give up your time for free anymore. Perhaps why it's going to change and things are going to look different now. People are going to be more receptive to that and respect you for it. It may hurt them and it might take them a little while to get around to it, but it's all about the future version of you. Can you keep going, and can you keep doing what you are doing day in, day out, the hamster wheel? Are you ready to draw the line in the sand? If you're ready to draw the line in the sand, then join me. You have reached an amazing new limit in your personal development. If you are ready to draw the line in the sand, you have said enough to the BS in your life. You've said enough to the gossip. You've said enough to the rubbish conversations that do nothing to uplift your soul. You say you do nothing and you've drawn a line in the sand that people aren't going to get to the inner sanctum of you anymore because it's just draining your life. They're draining the soul out of you. They're draining your energy. You are exhausted and you are not getting anything back from them. You are not a bottomless pit and you are not an everlasting well, whether it's in money, energy, prosperity, opportunities. No, 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 no. You are a precious commodity that will run out. You are a precious commodity that has a time limit. So how are you going to make sure that that time limit is spent wisely? The only way that you can do that, especially if you are a woman who is a perfectionist, has a massive fear of rejection and gets overwhelmed, is by enforcing boundaries. How do you enforce those boundaries? You need to write them out. First of all, you need to hit rock bottom. Haven't hit rock bottom yet? Congratulations, you're about to. Find out why. Why haven't you hit your rock bottom yet? Now, doesn't mean you go out on a massive bender and you wipe yourself out and your life falls apart. No. Finding out why you haven't hit your rock bottom yet is because you haven't found the sole purpose of you. So you know how we say that we've lost ourselves? You haven't just worked out who you really want to be because you're so worried about what other people are thinking if you go into be an artist, if you want to quit your job, if you want to do your own business, whatever, whatever, whatever. Whatever the soul version of you is, you haven't got to the genuine version of that. You're just copying what everyone else does. Now prepare yourself to be a black sheep to get to your rock bottom. Once you get there, it's the most beautiful place. It's an inner sanctum. It's like a cave that you walk into and there's a beautiful lagoon. And you are the one that is discovering that for the very first time. Now you've got a golden gate at the top of the entry to that lagoon. And only you get to decide who comes along into the new path with you. If you allow the masses in, they're going to destroy that serenity. If you allow select people in, they're going to welcome you and you're going to be able to welcome them into this journey and they're going to appreciate you for so much more. They're probably going to start to learn from you. That is what a boundary is. If you like that little analogy, how cool is that visualization? That is more that's what's coming up in the Awakened Woman community membership that's coming up. Okay, there's going to be a lot of visualization techniques. There's going to be a lot of real life sticking points. Okay, moments for you to actually pin and come back to. Okay, pin your words to. That is what setting a confident boundary is. It's about being able to live your life peacefully, calmly, soulfully, and amazingly true. Because if you cannot set a confident boundary, you are not, don't even bother setting one of them. Because people are not going to sit here and listen to you whinge and moan about how you're being taken for granted if you're taking the piss and setting a shitty boundary. Set a confident boundary and stick to it. Like when we are kids, we got to tell them no and mean it. So we tell them no and then say yes, they play us. People are playing you every single day. When are you going to draw the line in the sand and say enough? When are you going to value your energy? When are you going to value yourself? If you don't value yourself, if you think you are not worthy of anything, forget about setting boundary. There is another thread you need to pull. You need to work on your self-worth first. Okay, you need to work on your self-worth. You need to work out why and who taught you that you are not worthy. If you don't know how to do that, then please reach out. I have a one-on-one program that will do that, or you can join us in the Confident Woman in April. Okay. If you haven't figured that out, if you haven't pulled that thread to unravel that story of self-worth, forget about trying to do anything in the personal development world. It's going to be surface level. You're wasting your time and your money. If there is a coach that is willing to teach you how to set a boundary without discovering what your self-worth is, don't go to them. There are stories that happen. Boundaries is the last thing that happens. Okay, we need to work out all the stuff underneath first so that you know what it is and why it's important. What are you protecting? You can't set a boundary around air. It just flows in and out. Okay. So setting confident boundaries allows you to live peacefully. Maybe a bit lonely at the start, but It allows you to narrow and shrink your world so that you are not talking to the masses, and you're not pleasing the masses. You are pleasing yourself and anyone that was willing to nurture you and acknowledge you and respect you. That is what setting confident boundaries does. That is what my confident women do. That is what the Awakened Woman community does every single day, because they know they are worth it and they know what they have to lose if they don't. So I trust that this message has been direct. It was very fast paced to the last few. And let me know what you thought of the little visualization in there. I'm going to pop some new ones in for those that want to take this free podcast to the next level. I have the Awakened Woman membership coming really soon. It is next level deep of this. It is like going to the penthouse. Okay. We're going from top floor to the penthouse, and you're going to be able to have more space and more inclusions, more luxuries to live your life. You also get one-on-one box of support with me, which we can discuss if this is something that you want to do. But in this format, ladies, you must set confident boundaries from a place of love and peace and calm so that you protect your energy, because you are not going to sit there and snap at people, and you're not going to sit there and be the victim, and you cannot be the negative energy around while whinging that you want something different. Go ahead and make that change urgently, because your life will start to blossom like a flower the minute you decide to say yes. The minute you decide to say yes and take forward and set that boundary and discover what it is you want to do, it is going to change your life. And I can't wait for you to experience this. So, ladies, thank you for joining me for episode 8, season 2 here at the Awakened Woman podcast. My name is Claire Burt, and I'm the identity and confidence coach here. And I'm really proud to bring you this content based on real life experiences to help women stand out and not blend in anymore, because we are tired of not knowing who we want to be. I look forward to chatting to you all really soon. See ya.